do have only. I make about $200 a month.
$200?
My bills are paid.
You lied. Congratulations, you lied.
I don't consider that a bill.
What the are you talking about? How do you not consider that a bill?
I consider bills right now for lay survival.
So you
Food
can go
and stuff
into
like that.
any amount of debt, borrow anything. Doesn't mean life or death. You don't have to pay it. That's what you think? That's what you think debt is? That's what you think financial security is?
At this point, yes. Hello, my name is Tabby. I'm 26. I'm from Houston, Texas, and this is Financial Audit.
Thanks for coming over from Houston. What do you do for a living there?
So I am a manager at a bar near the coast.
Near the coast. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Mm-hmm.
Which
Yeah.
could make money, but I bet it's a pretty seasonal job. Is this hourly? Is this...
So I make an hourly plus tips.
What's your hourly?
$5 an hour.
The manager makes tips?
Yes. Because I'm a lead/manager. So make $5 an hour, and then I get part of tip share.
Okay, now obviously you'd get federal minimum wage if your tips don't equal above that, but I assume they always do. So it looks like the payroll that came in this previous month was 2,178.
Yes.
Does that sound about right? Is that an average month?
Yeah.
Okay. And how many hours did you work for that?
I want to say total it was about 65. Yeah, about 65 for 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
For 2 weeks. Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say...
Man, I wish that was weekly.
Well, not
Yes.
65 hours for 2,000.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
okay. And how much of that is cash?
I had no cash on that one. Cash is straight to my pocket, and I don't.
Okay, so we don't even know how much.
No. I just guesstimate how much I make cash.
How much do you make extra in cash?
Probably about, I want to say about 300 every 2 weeks.
Okay, so it's really not boosting it that much. So 2,478, so 2,500. You're probably not claiming that cash anyway. All right. Well, how are we living on? I guess. I mean, that's 2,000. Well, you said every 2 weeks, 300, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so 2,700, let's say. 2,700, 2,800. How do you feel living off of that?
Decent. I want it to be better, but I'm surviving right now. That's all I can really ask for.
Well, what does survival look like right now? Off of like $32,000 a year.
My bills are paid, and
Kind
I can eat.
I mean, you have collections. Usually that means bills were not paid.
Certain bills were not paid.
Okay, so bills are not paid.
Yes, but ones that count like rent, my car note, stuff like that, they are paid.
Okay. And I see Facebook pay $9.
Yeah. I'm going to have digital creator status on Facebook. So I had a post that went viral. So I made like $9 off of it.
It goes viral and you made $9 whole dollars.
Yep.
Is it a video post?
No,
Just
it was
image?
just, it was
text.
It was a screenshot from a dating.
You get paid
app.
for that. Wow. For just a picture. So it's not even a video. That's interesting. Well, I'm sure some people can make some good money off of that if you do it repeatedly.
Oh, yeah.
And then cash check deposit of $114.
So that was, I did put some cash into my bank account.
Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha. All right. So what's going on today? You don't have a ton of documents.
Yeah.
But what's going on, because each of them are certainly interesting. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Biggest picture is I do have a lot of debt between my car and between personal loans I've taken out and, with my collections and also with my student loans. The biggest thing, the reason why I did come on the show is because I do need help figuring out how to pay for school because obviously.
School?
Yes. I want to go back to college.
You want to go back to college?
Yes.
Have you done any college?
I did like a couple months and 1 semester at a college, and I had a so what happened was I got a partial scholarship from this one school. It was for wrestling. I got a wrestling scholarship. Yes.
So you could just kick my ass right now if I make you too angry.
Yes,
okay.
very much so.
I'll be aware.
Yes. So I got this partial scholarship, so I decided to go to this school.
Can you kick my producers in the post show, please?
Yes, I got you.
Thank you.
Yes, well, WWE over here. I got you.
Yes.
So I went to the school, And it was a week before nationals, and we were at practice, and I tore everything in my shoulder.
Damn.
Yes.
Okay.
So essentially that was the end of my wrestling career. So I decided to pack up and just move back home because I didn't want to stay.
Is that in Houston?
No. So this school
it's
was
home
in
Houston, though.
Houston is not home. So I've only been in Houston for about 4 years. I'm originally from St. Louis, Missouri.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Interesting.
So yeah, I moved here, moved to Houston in August of 2020, and it was the craziest life decision I ever made. It was definitely a manic episode.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Like this is like a story to tell. So I'll get into it now. Because my brain's gonna forget it if we jump around. So basically, what happened is that
those nails are wild.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
Yes. You'll see how much those cost me in that report too. Yes. That's a whole nother conversation though. Anyway, so basically how I moved to Houston was in late manic episode, took a job transfer to the company I was working for had a job opening down here in Houston. So I took it. I found an apartment, sold my car I had, bought a new car, and moved down here in 3 weeks. I just packed up my life and just moved.
I did the same thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Dawson.
Yes.
Not in a manic episode. I got a job offer, but
yeah,
that doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing.
Yeah, no. It was the best decision I ever made, but at the time there were no thoughts. Just move.
Okay.
Yes.
Sure. So, self-assessment.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do a financial score. 0 being the worst, 10 being the best. Where do you think you're at today?
Probably like a 2.
2. Okay.
Yeah.
So definitely on the low end for sure. Why do you think you're a 2?
Because I have a horrible shopping addiction.
Really?
Yes, like crippling shopping addiction.
Crippling?
Yeah.
What, have you sought help?
If I could afford a therapist, I don't feel like I would be here.
Well,
yes.
With how many hours you work, I don't know. Do you get health insurance to work? Okay. No. Have you checked out the exchanges?
So I've purchased a dental.
Low enough.
I know. So I've looked into it. It's still like $150 a month.
Yeah.
Which is it's a lot of money.
Yeah, but that would be 5% of your income to literally. You don't have health insurance right now.
No, but
that could completely you.
That's
really not an option.
I mean, it already has, but I'm at this. Well, because if I had health insurance, I wouldn't be in a lot of medical debt.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean that's something that unfortunately we don't. Yes, you technically get to choose, but really you don't because you need it, dude. You'll yourself. Any other sources of income here? Because we're not bringing in much. I don't know how you're surviving.
So I do have only, but it is.
You make?
Yeah, I have my own OF account, but it's a pure passive income. I make about extra like $200 a month. I haven't posted since 2021, so it's purely passive income.
200 without even doing anything for 3 years.
Yeah.
And so just subscribers who forgot to cancel?
No, that they still enjoy my content. They'll still message me and they'll be like, I love seeing your videos, stuff like that.
The world's a weird place.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's extra $200 a month.
And you've stopped because you no longer want to do it?
Well, so back in 2022, came out with these restriction. Basically, if you wanted to post content with somebody else, they had to have an account. And most of my content was with people who I were either hookups or were people I was dating at the time and stuff. So it really put a stop to posting certain content. And then the certain content that type of content was the one that made me the most money. So I'm like, I don't even want to post solo content anymore. So I just stopped. So now I just make passive income off of it.
I mean, yeah, but $300, it's not really okay. I mean, it's literally free money, sure, but like. We're not really pushing the needle. I was hoping we would have some extra income, extra job, extra something. That's all.
Yeah.
It is money, but it's okay.
And then I'm also a freelance interior designer too.
Oh, okay. So it keeps going.
Yeah. So I have, every so often I do pick up a job here and there, a couple extra $100, someone needs me 3-4 hours to help them pick out tile, help them pick out furniture, stuff like that. Nothing steady. The last few months of construction have been really, really bad. A couple months ago, I lost my job that I was working through a construction company, was working as an interior designer and a sales rep. Company went under because we weren't making any sales with how bad the economy was in Houston with construction, with residential.
Okay.
So lost my job, and this is why I have this job now.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. So let's talk about your first debt. What the even is? What are you trying to lease to own?
So I went to Best Buy and yes. So I bought a computer. I bought a Nintendo Switch and I bought Apple Watch.
All at the same time?
Yeah.
At least you're wearing it. People come on the show and they have the finance and they don't even.
Yep.
How much was the computer then? If this was the $2,000 purchase, but you got an Apple Watch and a Switch.
Yeah, and the computer. Yep.
Yeah. So how much was the computer then?
It was $495.
What kind of computer's $400? Is it a Chromebook?
One that was on sale. It was originally $900.
Is it usable? Okay.
Yeah. I got it to be able to use with my design software and stuff like that.
Oh. Wait. I want to make sure I'm reading this right. Am I understanding this to say that it only costs $907 for all of it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But you're going to pay a total of $2,011?
Yeah. I haven't made a single payment on it yet.
What are you doing? This is the most insane thing ever for a laptop. You completely negated getting a laptop on sale. You're paying an extra $1,103. What is this? Why'd you get like a Best Buy credit card if you're going to do something this stupid?
I didn't get approved for a Best Buy credit card, so that was the next best option. Yes.
No, the next best option would be don't get it.
Well, I did unfortunately need the computer for a job that...
Yeah, but how much are you really making on that? Huh? How much did you make?
So I bought it for a job that required the computer, and then I left the job like a month later. And yeah, so I didn't make any money off of it. Because I haven't had a single design consultation since I bought it. So
see, so you didn't need it. Also, just go to the library. I know Houston has some.
Yes.
No?
I mean, I do use it to stream on Twitch and stuff like that.
Oh my gosh, you do like so many things. This is a 121% interest rate, right? Yeah. Am I right? Am I doing that math right? Like, this is insane. That's insane. This is a payday loan version of a Best Buy thing. This is crazy.
Yeah.
This is insane. And you don't even... How much do you make off of streaming?
Nothing, because I just do it for fun.
Hobby.
Yes.
120% interest rate hobby. That does not make sense. And I'm not saying you shouldn't stream. Don't get me wrong. I've been considering streaming myself for a long time, and I just haven't because I'm scared. But that's an insane 121% interest rate of death. Wait. Okay, when was the first payment due that you haven't paid?
April, I think.
What are you? Why? Why haven't you paid? That's just irresponsible. Wait, you told me. You lied. Congratulations, you lied. Did you know you lied?
No.
Did you know you lied? Because you lied. You said, I pay my bills are paid.
I don't consider that a bill.
What the are you talking about? How do you not consider that a bill? What are you talking about?
It's more so I consider bills right now for lay survival.
What?
Yes, so like rent,
so you
food,
can go
and stuff
into
like that.
any amount of debt, borrow anything, take out mortgage, take out car loans, take out any kind of debt ever, and you think because it's a contract that you signed, but it doesn't mean life or death, you don't have to pay it? That's what you think? That's what you think debt is? That's what you think bills are? That's what you think managing finances is? That's what you think living is? That's what you think financial security is?
At this point, yes.
How? Explain yourself, because that's some bullshit.
Well...
What's the minimum monthly payment? How about that? Let's see if this is affordable to you or not. Huh? How much?
So it's supposed to be $83 every 2 weeks.
Okay. I think you can afford that. Again, that's 5% of your income.
Yeah. So...
Do you not understand how that pisses me off. That's legitimately upsetting. That's just irresponsibility.
Yeah,
it's disgusting. You make half that from you're only doing nothing. So what the
Yeah, I've kind of been ignoring it.
Yes. Yeah. No. What? No. Why do you think I'm reacting this?
I know.
That wasn't an answer.
But this is also why I kind of do need help because I.
Okay,
feel
let me help you. Pay
yes.
the bill. Guys, I know you can't smell me through this computer screen, but something that you must know about me is that I love to make sure that I'm always smelling fresh. And to smell fresh, you don't have to spend a lot of money. That being said, let me tell you about Scentbird, the ultimate subscription service that lets you experiment with new scents every month. Imagine having access to over 700 fragrances, including big names like Prada, Burberry, Versace, and niche, even labels like Perfumes de Marly and Roja. For just $8 your first month and $16.95 thereafter, you get a 30-day supply of a new fragrance delivered right to your door, and it's cheaper than those tiny travel sizes at the store. And what's even better, you're not stuck with just one scent. You can change it up every single month. So if you're feeling floral in June and spicy in July, Scentbird has got you covered. Their convenient packaging makes it easy to throw it in your gym bag or travel with. But Scentbird isn't just about smelling good. It's about learning and connecting with a vibrant community of fragrance enthusiasts. If you're looking to find your signature scent without the financial risk, Scentbird is the way to go. Avoid the disappointment of spending way too much money on a full-size bottle you end up hating. Plus, their personalized quiz helps you better discover your fragrances tailored to your taste. To get started with Scentbird today, use my code Caleb or the link in the description below to get 55% off. That's just over $7 for your first month. And trust me, it's honestly a steal for what you're getting. What do you think? What would I say?
I know, but more so of like a lay budget because I have no idea. Like, I have no idea what's coming in, what's going out. It's hard for me to sit down and think about this.
You said you have a crippling shopping addiction.
Yes.
Why haven't you sat down and budgeted? Why haven't you? Okay. Just like anyone that comes on the show, you get our budgeting program for free. Go through the education, take the quizzes. Obviously, I am going to help you diagnose where spending is and create you a rough budget at the end so we can talk about debt payoff strategy. But go through the educational program just like anyone else can go through. Do that. You also get our investing program for free, which is great because it means you get literally $100 that I give you for taking it.
Yeah.
So thanks to Moo, our boys, love them. But so that will help you with the educational part, and I'll help you understand where your spending is going. But this is crazy. This is crazy.
And at the time, it seemed like something I needed to do because I did need the laptop. But
if you don't know what a fucking 120% interest rate death of debt is, feel free to come on the show, calebhammer.com/apply.
So I know the interest rate is really bad, and I do regret getting it.
Well, that's good.
But
you're not paying your payment. That's what kills me.
Yeah, no, I am not. And I will gladly own up to that. But
do something.
Yeah. That's what I'm here for.
I can't make you do a payment. I'm not a magical cure to doing a payment. If you wanted to pay this, if you wanted to be an adult, if you wanted to be responsible, you could have done this.
It's hard for me to sit down and envision myself giving this money away. Like, it's where this money coming from and stuff like that.
You borrowed it. You signed a contract.
When I tell you I've never created a budget in my adult life, I've never created a budget in my adult life.
Why haven't you tried?
I've tried, but it's never worked out because I always felt when I sat there and I created it that it gets disheartening when you sit down and you look at a budget and your expenses are more than what you're making.
Sure.
So you're part of.
But how many of those expenses were a choice that you were doing that you could cut back on?
At the time, unfortunately, it was not because my rent and.
At the time, what's at the time?
So at the time, I was getting a wage garnishment from the government for my student loans. Yes.
When was this?
This was back before 2020. It was back in 2019.
This is forever ago. Okay, that's ancient history now.
Yeah.
Why haven't you tried to make a budget since then? No offense, but I don't really care about 2019. What you did in 2019 does not define you today. That's so many years.
I've been kind of living in a kind of a brain fog when it comes to money, kind of survival mode, just trying to like.
Yeah, but it's not
think about it. Just try to survive and just hope for the best.
Well, isn't that decreasing your chance of surviving?
Yeah, I know. But at the time when you're trying to do that,
Trying to do what?
Trying to survive. You don't see it that way. You're just trying to.
But wouldn't trying to survive meaning putting any kind of action behind it? You're putting your head in the sand. That's not trying to survive.
Well, not so much. So during this time of survival, I was working 2 jobs, 17-hour days, 18-hour days, just to keep my head above sand. So whenever bills came up, I paid them. Good. But it was more debts went to the side. Debts that
those are bills.
I know, but it was more so surviving, being able to keep food in my stomach, being able to pay my rent, being able to make sure I have.
And that does come first. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. But something tells me you may have gone out to eat and shopped on top of that.
Not as much as I am now.
Why has it gotten worse?
Just because I have started to make more money. So I'm like, I have this money to spend. Yeah.
You've inflated.
Very much so. And so I'm like, I make more money. So I'm like, let me spend more money.
Like, what was it, $36,000 a year? It's not like you're making an insane amount of money.
I know.
And that's not an income shame. It's just the reality.
But compared to what I used to make.
How much are you spending on just insanity? I mean, going out to eat is 6.4% of your spending. Going and getting your bullshit shopping addictions is 13.6% of your spending. That's crazy. I mean, those are insane percentages when you literally are not paying your bills. So total that came in was $2,300. How much do you think you spent? What went out?
I want to say about $2,600.
It's close. So the fact that you think, okay, I'll tell you the number first. $2,494. So it is more, obviously, almost like $200 more than you brought in. But the fact that you thought it was $300 more than you brought in, you are already kind of aware.
Yeah, I'm very much aware of my spending habits.
But no actions.
No.
Okay, so we have this. I'm sure they're hounding you down.
5 times a day they're calling me.
Okay.
Have not answered a single phone call.
You're considering going to school. How are you going to pay for school if you can't even pay a little bill like this?
Because
what are you even going to school for?
Construction management.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Down. So I want to become a project manager and then move up to superintendent. And the goal is within the next 10 years of my life to eventually own my own construction company.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So I'm trying to get myself out of the hole I dug myself into.
Yeah, but you can't even manage your own basic personal finances. You do have a lot to learn before I'd want you managing business finances. But how are you going to pay for school? Is this a bachelor degree?
No, associates. 2 years at a community college.
Okay.
So it's 83 credit hour. So I'm trying to figure out how I can pay for that out of pocket.
How much is it per semester?
So it's $83 per credit hour, and it's about 14 credit hours per semester.
That's super easy. You could do that if you wanted to. But I mean, right now, again, you're spending $200 more than you make. Always happy to gift any guest on here a Course Careers tech certificate, but obviously that's not tech. Yeah. But if you ever want that to add to your resume, just let me know. Okay. Is this the same lease to own that we already saw?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. And it's... Yeah, okay, cool. There's your bi-weekly payment. Rough, and it's over the course of a year, and it would be paid off. But you haven't made any payments.
No, I have not. And so there was a 90-day buyout for it. If you paid it within 90 days, it was just the amount that you paid. It was the $991 if I paid it within 90 days. So we're creeping up on the 90 days. So now it will go automatically to the 12 months. Yeah.
I don't understand why. It didn't put any effort.
It just became a back thought.
Okay. I still don't get your... No. Oh, me, I just learned something. So let's jump into that. Yeah. Wait what is this car?
Yes, it is.
Can we get extra confirmation on that? Cause 2013 Chevy Spark.
So let me give you the rundown on this thing.
Okay.
So I bought this car and I'm Went to Buy Here, Pay Here place in October of 2022. And so this place, the reason I went to this one, because I only had $700 to put down for this car. Because I needed a car, was without a car, had 5 car accidents prior.
What are you? Why?
Yes. Only one was my fault. The other 4 were faults of other people.
Okay.
But the one car accident that was my fault was I was the only person involved.
And was that the 5th one?
No, that was actually the 4th one.
Okay. Did insurance cover the 5th one?
No. So the 5th one was a car caught on fire while I was driving it.
Oh my.
Yeah, it was done for.
You didn't have any insurance necessary for that?
So I paid that car cash. And it caught on fire 3 days later.
Okay, so you went and got this car.
Yep. Yes, and so back in October 2022, I went and got this car. You can see how much it was for if I were to cash it out, $15,000, but I financed it in $23,000.
You're fucking.
Yep. $23,000.
What's owed on it today? That's my gosh. Okay.
What's owed on it today?
Oh, they you so hard. You have no idea.
Oh yeah.
No, you don't. You don't know yet.
Well,
you don't know yet.
So the way they set up the loan is guaranteed to be paid off in 2027.
Can't kill me now. It was a 7-year loan. Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh wait, 2022?
2027. So I bought it in October of 2022, and it's
5 year. Okay.
Yes.
That's actually oddly not the worst for the show. What's the interest rate?
28%.
Oh,
not my worst. Not my worst.
No, I saw 110 earlier.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean 28% is good. What is owed on this car?
It's still without the principal balance on it is $12,000.
You paid off half
with the interest. So what's
the total owed?
Well, they won't tell me the total amount with the interest. When I go to make my payments on it, it shows as $12,000.
Okay, but not what's interest accrued on top of it?
Yeah, so...
Okay. All right. I'm seeing $13,000.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Sure about what? That it's that I bought it for $23,000? Yes. So the company... The loan was sold to a different company.
So we don't even know how this is paid. Okay.
And when it was sold to a different company, this is the amount it dropped down to.
What's your minimum monthly car payment?
$135 a week.
A week?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I haven't had one of those since like the 3rd episode I ever recorded. I mean, I just heard one of them almost have just a financial orgasm back there because of how insane that is. That's insane. $540 a month,
and
which again is this, you breaking it down by week is what makes it crazier. That's how they make it digestible for you. Now what's the condition of the car?
It has no AC. Okay. So
well, I mean, it could just be recharged, maybe.
No, it needs a whole new.
Oh sure.
Whole new thing.
Oh sure.
So no AC. Has 130,000 miles on it. Mm-hmm. The car only lasts about 150,000 miles. Mm-hmm. So in probably about another year or so.
What's the condition of the car, though?
Poor.
Okay.
Yes.
So we've taken that into account and got your valuation. What do you think this car's worth that you owe anywhere from $13,000 to $20,000 on?
Car, maybe it's worth $5,000.
This blew my mind, and I'm going to blow my own mind out. $1,389, and you owe potentially $20,000, lowest $13,000.
Yes. Yeah.
This is the most underwater, insane car.
Yes.
You're paying a third of the car's value in a monthly payment.
Oh, yeah.
Every month.
This car is a car that should have never been created.
There's not even anything you
do. Because I also don't have insurance on the car either.
What? That's illegal. That's illegal.
So the dealership has an insurance policy on the car.
No, I don't think that's... No, but you're not insured.
So I don't have liability on the car. But if anything were to happen to the car, it would be paid off.
Anything at all mechanical?
Yeah.
They have some gap?
Yes. So if anything happens to the car itself, it's taken care of.
That doesn't matter, though. It's still illegal for you not to have insurance.
Yes, I
What is up with people admitting to breaking the law on this show? Is this just like...
I am absolutely aware that I do not have insurance. I am working on it.
Working on it? How long have you had this car? 2 years? What do you mean working on it? I don't see any working on it. There's no working on it happening. There's no working on it. I don't see working on it.
I've had lapses in insurance. So there have been times where I've had insurance and there have been times I've had not had insurance. And now one of these times is just when I do not have insurance.
Is it collateral protection damage?
For
insurance that they have on you? Like what?
It's insurance on the car. So it's only to cover the car if it's not to cover me. So if I cause any damages to anything else.
Sure. But what will it cover up to? The loan balance?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes. It's going to take care of the car outright. Because once the car is gone, they said once the car is gone, it's done.
It's gapped there? Okay.
Yeah. But that's the only thing it covers is just the car. It won't cover if I crash into anything or hurt anybody or anything like that. It only takes care of the car itself.
I would drive in a massive circle around Houston 24 hours a day for a little while and let it no longer work if that's the case. But
we are entering hurricane season.
But I'm literally taking your word on that. I'm taking your word on that. And these people obviously you. I don't know why they would do that for you.
It's more so for the car. Because once the car is gone, it's done. There's no reason for them to keep collecting payments on it.
That doesn't make sense, honestly, for their perspective, though. They want to make money. Doesn't matter if the car exists or not. If you took out a loan, they want their money. I really don't think you.
That's just what
I don't know exactly.
Yeah, that's what they told me when I signed the paperwork.
Yeah, are you sure you fully understood it though?
It was back in October 2022, and I have no longer access. I literally contacted the company that has the loan out for the papers, my contract, and that's the only thing they sent was that right there. They said that's the only thing that they could give me.
Yeah, but the loan company are they the one that has? This doesn't make sense. I honestly think you're kind of on this thing. If I had to guess. But it is a guess. Because I really don't think. Unless there's... Also, what if you hit someone on the way home today? What if you get in a crash there? You know? It's a lot of driving.
I know. And it does haunt me the fact that I don't have insurance.
So maybe you should have gotten insurance.
It's just a lapse in coverage.
Lapse in coverage? How long has the lapse been?
It ended... I want to say in February.
Fuck you, that's not a lapse. That's a gaping hole.
I've gone a lot longer without it.
So that makes this okay because you were even more aggressively stupid in the past?
It's more so not having the money to pay for it. It's not having the money to pay for it.
Quick reminder, 6.4% of your spending went to going out to eat. About 14% went to going and getting clothing. An additional 9% to just other things that don't really matter.
At the time.
Go ahead, say it again.
At the time.
You don't have enough money?
In February.
You can't afford it that way because you don't have enough money. February, I don't give a shit about February. We're not in February. Guess what month we're in? We're in June.
Well.
That's the spending from last month. So what about last month? Which was not February.
February is when I lost insurance.
Oh, we're still going to talk about February.
Yes, okay. Because it does play into this. Sure. So I lost the insurance in February because that's when I lost my job and had been without a job for about 2 months. And so now just going back to work and being able to finally catch up and getting everything squared away, I do owe... The only company that will accept me is Progressive, which is the company I've had for years now. So I do owe them a chunk of money that I've been trying to get up so I could get insurance again.
I'm still very concerned on this situation and your lack of understanding. You don't even know like what the actual loan is right now.
No, I do not.
This wasn't from the loan. This looks like the purchase agreement.
Yes. That is the only thing I have because that's the only thing they sent me.
But the lien amount was only $15,000. Mm-hmm. So I don't know where you got the $23,000 for.
That's what it was financed for. I tried to get them to send me the financing paperwork and they told me they could 13.
Not. They couldn't.
No.
And you know they own the loan?
Yes. Because it's who I pay to for every... That's who I pay every week.
Legal even?
I don't know. I don't know how buy here, pay here works in Texas
they sold
and
the
stuff
loan,
like
though,
that.
You said, so.
Yeah. The company I bought the car from sold the loan to a different financial company.
Yeah, happens all the time.
Yes. So I don't know if they fixed the interest rate or if they were just playing on the principal. I have no idea. Because they basically sold the loan out from underneath me. And they said, hey, there's your new loan provider. I don't know the situation on it. I've asked them and they haven't been able to send me anything on it.
Do you at least know what the insurance is called? That way I can at least look into it for you.
I don't know it off the top of my head, but I can find out.
Because it really just doesn't make sense. And maybe I'm missing something here and I'm dumb, and trust me, they'll let me know in the comments, but I really think you just misunderstood this. They're trying to look into your situation right now and give us a little bit of more information on this because, we're conversating and they're... Okay. But until then, we'll move on. That car, I wouldn't even know how you get out of that car.
I'm just hoping to ride it till it dies.
Yeah, you were just burping you just can't stop burping.
I am sorry.
It's okay. Get into the mic for the weirdos out there.
Yes, that are into that,
Save that for your special platform.
Yes. So with this loan, I am really hoping that the major thing with her is that she does have some issues with her alignment and the rotors and the brakes and stuff like that and the AC. But other than that, she is drivable.
Other than barely being drivable, it's technically drivable.
Yes, it gets money to point A and point B.
Yeah,
and
for how long?
Until she dies. I know,
that's the...
Because unfortunately, I can't really afford anything else. So I got to ride her till she dies.
So is it collateral protection insurance?
I'm not exactly sure.
Well, it usually protects the lender's interest in this case.
It could potentially be that.
Yeah, it's essentially protecting the lender against the risk of a borrower not maintaining the required insurance coverage on the vehicle, which you're not. And if the borrower fails to maintain comprehensive and collision insurance, which you don't, the lender can purchase CPI because they know you are ridiculous on this. Okay. Yeah, so as far as we can tell, based on the very limited information, remember, we're going off of limited information. I wish we had more, because I'm sure this is easy to judge right now. We're giving nothing here right now. It's unlikely that the financier will forgive the loan if the car stops working or if involved in an accident. Typically, loan forgiveness would only occur under specific circumstances such as a total loss due to an accident. And even then, it would depend on the terms of any insurance like GAP, Guaranteed Asset Protection, coverage you may have, which you do not have.
So, I shall get insurance.
But, insurances aren't necessarily... Can she be denied for GAP? Because, with where you're at, I wouldn't insure you. Why would I? As a business, why the would I do that? I'd give you, just regular general liability, sure, but...
Yeah, that's... They did explain to me when I did get this that all I was required to maintain was liability.
Oh, yeah, that's the legal part.
But when
in the state of Texas.
So when I did purchase the insurance, and when I did have it, I did have GAP insurance with it too. Liability plus
you
GAP.
Lost it.
Yes.
Because you stopped paying or because the policy ran out?
Because I stopped paying it.
You're killing me here, dude. You're killing me here. Okay. What the am I looking at with this? So,
Cash App does this thing where it allows you to borrow money from, essentially from them. I'm in debt to them right now.
To Cash App?
Yes.
I'm disgusted. I'm disgusted. In your application, which we reviewed before people came on, you were literally bragging about not being in credit card debt. That's the most ridiculous car situation I've seen in at least a year on the show. You owe money to Cash App. You have collections coming up, and you're having student loans garnished before, and you have a payday loan on a Best Buy thing. I would rather you have a credit card instead of that. So how the are you bragging about that to us? What is happening?
Because I am very thankful I've never had a credit card in my life, because I know
This is worse.
So to me, it's not a lot worse because with credit card debt, I could be in a lot more debt than I am right now because of how bad my spending addiction
Potentially
is.
True.
Yes.
Okay. I see a point there. There is a point there where you would have had probably higher balances. That is true. That is true. But an interest rate at 32% cannot be compared to an interest rate at 120%. You're not going to get 120% on a credit card, even like the most evil credit cards.
Yes.
Like 35.
But if a credit card company was to give me a credit limit of...
You'd spend it.
Yes, exactly.
So it's good that you don't have credit cards. I'm happy. Trust me, I'm happy that you don't have credit cards. It was just weird that you were like bragging that.
And that's why I am, because I've been so hardcore.
But you're bragging about being in credit card debt because you just don't have a credit card. If you had a credit card, you would be in credit card debt. It's not like you have a credit card
and that's
you're
why
not in credit card
I'm bragging that I don't have a credit card because I know myself and I know I'd be in credit card debt. So I'm very proud of myself for not putting myself into that debt.
Okay. I have an exciting channel announcement, and it's one of the most exciting things we've done so far. By popular demand, we've launched a new tier to our channel memberships. There you'll get an exclusive audit that can't be found anywhere else. It's ad-free and completely uncensored on the first Tuesday of every month. On the second and fourth Tuesday of every month, myself and members of the company will be doing exclusive member live streams where we hang out with you and talk about whatever you want to live. And finally, on the third Tuesday of every month, we'll be posting a new behind-the-scenes podcast called Crewcast, where we'll be discussing everything behind the scenes at Hammer Media. And of course, this new tier gets access to all the badges, emojis, and the financial audit post-show. This is honestly going to be really fun, and I'm super excited. And we kicked it off this week with an exclusive couples audit and an updated office tour since we've expanded so quickly. Check it out, link in the description below and in the pinned comment. I'm not even gonna recommend the normal Fizz card to you because it's a charge card, which means you'll be forced to pay it, and I don't even trust you with that.
No.
For most people I do, but not you.
No, I do not trust myself either. At all.
Okay. No one wants to give you a sticker.
Like,
you're so...
I don't trust myself with my financials at all. Pretty much any money I've ever been given has been spent.
Okay, how much money given? What do you mean given?
So,
from like family. What is this reaction?
Yes.
What are you doing?
So a couple years ago, my dad won the lottery.
What's the story? What?
Yes.
What did he get?
$50,000.
Good for him.
And I got 30,000 of that.
Whoa, generous guy.
Yes. Over the course of about a year or so. And in addition to that $30,000, he has also given me additional about $15,000. Just out of his... Because he owns a construction company. So if I need money, I will...
business. When did you get this?
It didn't come in as a big sum. So a couple thousand here. Actually, 45,000 over gross of since 2021. Altogether.
Yeah, but when was the last?
He sent me $100 for my birthday on Saturday.
Okay, when was the last real chunk though?
Last real chunk.
But if we're getting up to that much money, it's not coming in $100 increments.
Last big chunk is, I mean, he's paid bills for me, paid stuff off for me. Last real chunk he sent to me was $3,500.
When?
Back in 2022.
Where the did that money go? Where did $40,000 go?
Well, what
a joke. Do you have investments?
No, I don't have.
And you're not making your literal minimum monthly payments on your debts except for your car.
And I have no savings.
Where did that money go?
Well, that $3,500 went to a...
No, where did the $40,000 go?
Either got help to pay bills or... So there was a time period in 2022 where I had no job, no car, nothing. And my dad supported me through that whole entire time.
Enabled you through that entire time.
Yes, because without him, I would have drowned. Because I have no family here. It's just me here. So...
Maybe you can't afford to be here. With your behavior.
I tried moving back last year, and it got even worse. So I moved back.
The finances got worse?
Yes. Because I'm making less and I was spending more. Because I was depressed, so I was shopping to fix it.
Okay. You need to see a therapist, dude. It's literal. Just look at community programs. You live in the 4th largest city in the country. Look and see what there is for lower income people.
And I've looked into it. I just don't meet some of the requirements. I've talked to people about trying to find resources for health insurance.
Well,
and
also
all this
you
stuff.
can afford your health insurance. The bill that you gave me, you could, and then whatever copay. I mean, yeah, the deductible is probably kind of high, and not every therapist has insurance, and some therapists are expensive, or accept insurance, I meant, and some are expensive. So don't get me wrong, it's not like it's easy, but you literally need to, because here's the thing. You blew through $40,000. Your spending got worse when you went home. Whenever you're feeling depressed, you just go and you spend, and you get a shopping addiction, all this stuff. That's not just stopping. So I would rather you spend, let's say, a couple $100 a month, $300 a month on the health insurance and therapy combined, even $400. I would rather do that for a while instead of literally having the spending addiction for the rest of our life. And I only do addiction because I don't really know for your situation. Trust me, a lot of people use excuses on this show, so I'm taking it lightly for now. We'll see. But few $100 for a couple of years even could save you tens and tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars for your life.
So I've been in therapy for pretty much my whole entire life. Okay. And not once has it ever helped me.
Have you found the right therapist for you then?
I did, and then she stopped practicing.
Okay.
And I have not found one since then.
Well, how much have you looked? Because I know you haven't recently.
I've tried like 5 or 6 since her, and none of them have worked out.
Then you need to try 5 or 6 more. Unfortunately, it is kind of just how it works. Trust me, I'm not saying it's easy.
It is not easy, and it's hard because, most therapists cost $100, $150,
Yep.
and most insurances do not have mental health coverage. So that's out of pocket. I'm paying to see a therapist on top of...
Usually for a lot of them, they count as a specialist. Now, a lot of therapists don't do insurance, but I mean, you can still find therapists and companies with multiple therapists that do accept health insurance. Now, again, copay might be high, your deductible might be high if you have a lower monthly insurance payment. So
most insurance plans do not cover therapists. They'll cover psychiatrists, but they won't cover therapists. I have tried. So I've had health insurance that has claimed to cover mental health, but they don't cover the therapist. They only cover the psychiatrist. So I've had to pay out of pocket for therapists. And when you're someone like me who does suffer from mental illness, you want to see a therapist once every 2 weeks. But if I'm paying $150 every 2 weeks, that's outrageous. Especially when that first few sessions,
but
you don't even get
let's just pretend all that is 100% accurate. Also, the correction is saying just basic. Most health insurance plans do cover therapy, but the extent of coverage can vary widely depending on the specific plan and provider. You obviously need to shop the provider, you need to shop the plan, and I know on the exchanges there are a wide variety, and you could do it with just a little bit of work and a little bit of research.
It's hard because
okay.
It is.
So let me ask a follow-up question then. Now what?
So
we just accept it? We're just going to literally die in poverty because, therapy doesn't work. Even if it did, it's impossible to find health insurance that covers it, and I can't afford it. So what? We give up? We're done?
We're not giving up.
Oh,
but
okay.
When you have to go through multiple different therapists to find the one that is a right fit for you,
which we all have to go through.
Yes. It becomes very costly, and it becomes very draining on the mental health, and it turns you away from wanting to find a therapist. Because
I get you.
Yes, exactly. And
but we all have to go through that.
Exactly. But when it gets to a certain point where you can no longer afford to keep going to therapists to try to find one that works for you, you have to essentially turn away and focus on survival.
You might have to pause for a bit.
Yeah.
But again, you're spending, what was it? 30 to 40% of your income on bullshit. Like, if we're doing that forever, you're literally going to die in poverty without a cent to your name. I would rather take a few weeks off until we have enough for a copay or to pay for a full therapy appointment and see for a couple sessions that person's right for us. And if we can't immediately go see someone else until we find the right one, that's fine. We can have those gaps to save up the money if that's what is required. You're just giving up. You've given up. And if we're giving up, then there's literally no point. You may as well just tuck in under a bridge and call it.
I am giving up on finding a therapist right now because my only focus is on going.
Then how are you going to combat your addiction? What about a group thing? I don't know if there's group things for everything. So I'm sure there's something.
I'm sure there is. And I've been doing research, searching Facebook groups, searching on Reddit, stuff like that to try to find community support and stuff like that.
Resources, yep, sure.
Yes. The biggest thing is right now, my main focus and what I really want to work on is going back to school. Like, I don't care about...
Well, that's not going to stop your addiction, and your addiction's holding you back, at least according to you.
It is. So I will say I have made improvements in my shopping recently because I've been...
If spending 30% on bullshit is considered an improvement, then I'm terrified of where you were.
Yeah, it is an improvement.
I can't accept that.
Yes.
Improvement doesn't mean it was good.
I mean, it is better than what it was, I will say, because it used to be a lot worse. Where my bills weren't...
But I can't say this is good, though. Okay, let's pretend I need to eat 2,000 calories a day with my activity level and my weight and my height in order to lose weight, and I was eating 2,500 calories a day. Eating 2,250 calories a day, yes, that is an improvement. Still not good. It would be gaining weight.
Yes. But that
doesn't mean it's good.
When you're going from giving up basic survival stuff. So when I went from
saying that.
So when I went from not paying my bills to feed my shopping addiction to now putting my bills at the forefront.
Okay, but not all your bills.
Trying to put my bills at the forefront and forfeiting. It's a lot better than it was. Because I would go without eating and I would go without having food in my stomach and go without being basically almost borderline homeless to feed my shopping addiction. And now my bills are paid in the sense of I have a place to live, my car note's paid, I have food in my stomach, stuff like that. And I'm here now to hopefully...
Explain your shopping addiction to us.
Basically... Clothes, shoes, makeup. That is mostly what I buy.
Okay.
I will say the main reason for the clothes buying is because I manic moved back to Houston back in September of last year. Manic moved in the middle of the night and found a place down here.
This was like 9 months ago, so.
Yes. And so I brought maybe like 5 pairs of clothes with me.
Okay.
And so now...
That's how many pairs of clothes I own.
So now I'm basically rebuilding my closet.
Why do you need a special closet?
Because I need clothes to wear. I need work clothes.
You already said you had 5.
5 outfits?
Yeah.
I need way more than that.
Need?
Yes.
I don't think you know what the word need means.
So if I need work clothes...
Okay.
Because
get one outfit. Repeat it. Pull the Zuck. The Zuck wears the same thing every day. He's wealthy.
Multiple different outfits. Because, because I've worked for bosses who do get on to us.
And has yours. Your current one.
No, my current one, he's...
Wonderful.
He's chill.
Cool, so we don't need to.
I have certain things I wear for work there. I wear shorts, t-shirts, workout leggings, stuff, whatever.
We can probably have 5 outfits for that then.
Yeah, for just work.
Cool. 5 for work.
Yes.
Wonderful. So 10 total. 5 you had for fun, 5 for work.
Not for fun, for corporate jobs. 5 outfits for corporate jobs. 5 for working outside at a bar. So 5 for those. So 5 for, actually I had more than 5 for corporate jobs because I could pull pieces from other fun stuff I had. So I have more fun outfits than I have for work stuff. I have probably about 20 plus fun outfits. And then I have my 5 standard office outfits and then my 5 outfits I wear for work, my current job. And then I also have my workout outfits.
I wear this shirt every other day. The viewers can decide. How many outfits do you have right now in total across the board?
With interchangeable, with shirts, skirts, and all that stuff, probably about coming close to about 50.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. Sell 25 of
them. I'm about to dive deep into it.
You're about to get kicked off the show.
Back home in Missouri, I have about 4 extra large boxes full of Lowe's, like 4 moving boxes from Lowe's, extra large size, full of clothes.
Cool. Sell those.
They'll eventually make it down here to Houston.
Or we could sell them.
I mean, I'm not going to make money. I literally buy my clothes dirt cheap, so I'm not going to make any money off of them. None of them.
Literally, you're not paying one of your debts from April, even if you get a little bit of money for it. Like, come on.
I mean, I'd rather have the clothes and then.
I'd rather you pay your bills like an adult, because you're 26.
27 now.
Oh, congratulations! Yes. You're more of an adult.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I feel the pressure of adulthood creeping up on me.
Trust me, we all get it. I'm single at 29. Kill me, but
yes,
like I don't think outfits is the solution.
So I don't have a lot of stuff left to my name. The most of the stuff I have left to my name are my clothes, my shoes, and my makeup and stuff. So my clothes do mean a lot to me because they're what I have left of me.
Left of you. Okay.
Yeah.
You need to see a therapist, and there's nothing there's nothing I can do with that. So I don't know what to do there. I don't know what to do there. That's just. And you're not even willing to like sell. You're not even willing to sell piece.
Most of the stuff is not going to be sellable because it has rips, tears, stuff like that. It's stuff that's rips, tears that are like easily hideable.
Fine.
But
let's go with this then. So how is the addiction all of a sudden solved?
It's not solved.
Then how are you not adding to it?
Because my want to go back to school to earn more money so I can keep going shopping.
And it's not a real addiction. It's just something you like.
So
let's not throw words loosey goosey, because people today love throwing words around, especially in buzzword Twitter. People throw aggressive.
It's a coping skill. People
throw aggressive words around like crazy, and then you diminish what people actually deal with who have those words. You know, people throw around very strong words that I'm not going to say on Twitter about, you know, a lot of different things. But let's use your example. Addiction is a very real thing that a lot of people and the fact that you were allowed to say that and be like, oh, poor me, when you're just clearly just saying, oh no, because I want to pay for school, I'm just not going to be addicted anymore. Essentially, that's like, you're not addicted. You have coping skills, yes. You have behavior issues, yes. But the fact that you get to claim that word is disgusting. There are people with real issues. In fact, we've recorded with a couple, we had a gambling addict recently, and we had another addict of an episode that's not going to come up because it was just, you know, it was just sad and we wanted to help them get treatment instead of recording. But even still, that's addiction. You don't get to claim that word.
So more so of a coping skill. To help cope with the depression. Yeah.
They say that's a spicy take. I don't know. You're not addicted.
So
I mean, you just said, oh, I'm not going to do it anymore because I want to go to school. If you're able to just do that, you're not addicted.
So
like, words have consequences. People have forgotten what words mean.
I mean, I do know what addiction means. I have someone very close to me who does struggle with addiction. So shopping has, I don't take the word addiction lightly. I meant it more so as a coping skill, but I do know how strong the word addiction is because I know someone who's very close to me struggles hardcore with an actual addiction.
Yeah, the only family member I've ever lost had an alcohol addiction. So that hits home and close to me. So I don't like someone just claiming that word.
Both my parents suffer with addiction too.
Yeah. Okay, so how much in student loans?
I think it's a total a little over $3,000 right now.
You got garnished?
Yeah.
For a $3,000 loan, meaning the loan was $30 a month?
It was
50, maybe?
I don't.
Yeah, maybe.
I didn't even make payments on it.
Okay, but you are now. Oh, wait. No. You probably stopped because they weren't garnishing for a while. Congratulations. Guess what's starting up, I think, this month.
I got the notification from Nelnet.
Hey, you got it. Garnishing. It's happening.
Well, not garnishing. They like, hey, you need to make your payment. I haven't logged in.
And if you don't?
They'll eventually garnish it, yes.
Oh, interesting.
I need to call them because I haven't been able to get access to my account to go in there and set it up. I did apply for forgiveness, which they should just forgive. It's $3,000. But
that you took out and signed on the line.
Yes.
I'm not even saying I'm for or against it, but the fact that you just say it's $3,000.
It is. It's just $3,000.
Yeah, but it is still $3,000 that you decided.
That the government does not deserve.
But you were given.
I did not get anything out of that $3,000.
Well, that was your choice and your mistake, and you're being selfish.
I wouldn't say it's my mistake because...
And also, the government's all of our money, by the way.
I know.
Like, so it's my money, it's his money, it's your money, it's his money. Mm-hmm. It's everyone's money. It's their money. So it's not saying the government doesn't deserve it. It's all of our money.
I know. It's more so the fact that... I mean, I did apply for forgiveness. Still haven't heard back on that.
What, forgiveness through what?
For student loans. When the...
Oh, you didn't hear? Yeah, 10 months ago that was struck down by the Supreme Court.
But they did release something else.
Talking about the SAVE plan to lower your minimum monthly payments. Yours would probably be pretty close to zero. Congratulations. This week that just got stopped by some federal courts. Yeah, so I have not had access to my account to log in to see what my monthly payment is yet. Doubt that. I highly doubt that. It's managed by Nelnet. Nelnet. I have Nelnet. I know you have access to it. No, I literally have tried to log in. Now I'm starting to not believe you about the car thing because the fact that you're saying you don't have access to this, you don't have access to that. Because I don't. The login information I've been trying to use on it is incorrect. I just need to give them a phone call. I know. That's not we'll you not being able to get into it. That's you not making a phone call. I can't. Oh my god. Technically, I can't get into it because my credentials aren't working. I just haven't make a phone call. I haven't had a chance to yet. What do you mean? You work 35 hours a week. I have not had a chance to yet. You work 32 to 5 hours a week. What do you mean you haven't had time to? Because I don't think you know what time is. It's hard when you sleep during the day because you work at night. Day kind of just goes away. What are your sleeping hours? I sleep from about 6 to 4. Cool. Wake up an hour early one day. Solved it for you. Yes. So that's definitely on my plan to do. Complicated. Yes. Glad we solved that puzzle. Any other debt? Oh, collections. That's right. That's right. That's right. Because we just don't pay our bills. Ever. No. Yeah, we say we pay our bills. I pay the ones that are for survival. Yeah, we spend 30 to 40% on bullshit. Which we're getting to in the next document. I don't know. I feel disgusted from this conversation for some reason. Do you not feel disgusted? I'm a little bit embarrassed, but I will say I have lived a really hard life and been in survival mode for most of my life. So I'm fine. I guess we can get into that a bit if there's even more stories, but okay. We can talk about collections first and then we shall get into it. No, I'm going to go through the checking account first and then I'll go and crisscross applesauce. And you can story away if there's more to tell. $260 in there. Okay, what is Pad Split Dover DE? So that's for my rent. So I rent through a company called Pad Split. Oh, so you pay it in micro? I pay weekly for it. It's also, because you don't know how to budget, you split things down weekly just to help you. Mm-hmm. Okay. Going out to eat. Victoria's Secret. Cash apping out money. Shipley's Donuts. Going out to eat. Outback. Sonic, Miss A Stores, Chick-fil-A, Jack's, going inside, getting some bullshit, Ben & Jerry's, Sonic Drive-In, Panda Express, Rue 21, Bath & Body Works, Victoria's Secret. I just need to take away your... If you're not driving to work, I want your car to not work. Going to Tricoloraga. That is my car payment. That is for my car payment. Good. Yeah. Whataburger, that's not. Main Lofts. It was a parking garage. Okay. And then there's your rent split. And then there's your car payment again. Then we got our nails did for $178. Interesting. Nails, toes, and eyebrows. Hold those things up. Yeah. Yep. Sonic Drive-In, McDonald's, Stallion Express, Victoria's Secret. So we're spending on both. Feel free to story, because it sounded like you wanted to say something, and I want to be able to give you the time without me interrupting for purchases.
So, a lot of the past couple years, starting from 2021, is when a lot of my big money trouble started. Is when my soon-to-be ex-husband left me, and
wow,
yeah. So we split off in October 2021, and I fell into a huge depression. So I went out and I bought a dog to try to gain companionship.
Okay.
I bought it through not Petland. It was another pet store, but I paid $1,500 for him. I took out a loan for that, for the dog. I learned I could not take care of the dog, so I found a family that could take care of him, just because I couldn't even take care of myself. So I gave him to a loving family who could take care of him. I moved to a new apartment because the apartment that him and I were living in was $1,200 a month. I couldn't afford that. So I was getting into serious money trouble while also trying to pay that rent too. So that really put me into a big bind, was to pay that rent. And then I moved into a new apartment, $750 a month, which is something I could afford. And then, I mean, I lived off the base necessities. I didn't have a couch. Luckily, I had a bed that I got from Rooms to Go that I had since I moved to Houston. So that I already paid off. So basically, I was living off the bare bones and bare necessities, and I was extremely depressed, going through a really tough time, barely making any money, didn't have any friends, was falling into severe depression because, you're getting divorced. It hurts.
Yeah, that's,
and then
there's a term for that, isn't there? Sorry, just to distinguish, because there's like clinical depression that people deal with no matter what in life, and then there's like life circumstantial. And this definitely sounds like more like life circumstantial, which is just as difficult.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I've been diagnosed with depression since I was 12.
Clinical? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. And diagnosed, actually.
Yes. So
Okay.
I am diagnosed depression, anxiety, PTSD, and bipolar disorder.
Okay. Well.
Yes. So going through that stuff, every day was an absolute struggle. So basically living in survival mode is just basically doing anything I can to get to the next day. Didn't care how much money I spent, didn't care what was going into my body. I struggled hardcore with alcohol addiction, drinking all the time because I was trying to cope with this new part of my life, felt like a failure. So my marriage was ending. I'm working this job that...
Why did the marriage end?
So it was a very toxic marriage.
We don't need to go into it if you don't want to.
It's basically the marriage ended because we both had to walk away from it. It was, we were fighting all the time. Things were about to get physical. It was downhill real fast. And so we did jump into things very, very early. So we moved in together 2 weeks after we started dating.
Oh, kill me now. Okay.
And so the story behind that is when I moved to Houston, I had my own apartment and everything. Well, my mother sold her place that she was living in, sold her house to come follow me down here. And so she wanted my apartment that I was living in because she just packed up her whole life and moved down here. So I was essentially forced to move in with him. So we signed this lease together 2 weeks into dating, 2 weeks into knowing each other. So we signed this lease together, got married 6 months in, and split up 7 months after we got married.
Okay. Go ahead.
So falling into that deep depression and stuff, started dealing hardcore with, alcohol addiction.
Sure.
Struggling to make ends meet. I did start selling content on the side, doing a little bit of sex work to make ends meet.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. I'd love to financially audit every single one of you, but let's be real, I just don't have that time. So I found the next best thing to help you get your finances in order. That's why I've partnered with Empower, and let me tell you, these guys are absolute pros. They're the #1 retirement plan provider recommended by financial professionals. They manage a massive $1.6 trillion in customer assets and help 18 million Americans reach their financial goals. If anyone knows how to take your money game to the next level, it's Empower. I've been exploring their app myself, and it's Caleb approved. One feature that stands out is their automatic savings tool. It's like having a financial assistant who quietly tucks away money into your savings without you even noticing. This seamless approach makes saving effortless, even for a budget nerd like myself. Plus, their personalized budgeting tools give you a clear, no-nonsense view of where your money is going without me yelling in your ear. They help you spot those sneaky taquitos that can quickly add up. No more guessing, no more letting your dollars slip through your fingers. So if you're ready to level up your finances hands-free, check out the link in the description below or scan the QR code on screen. With their top-rated tools and resources, you're in great hands. It's the all-in-one financial system I wish I had 10 years ago. You've got the power to change your financial future, and Empower is here to make a difference today.
So really diving deep into it, I almost got into a really bad position I couldn't pull myself back out of. Getting into, so Houston has a very deep, dark side of it when it comes to stuff like that, when it comes to sex work and stuff like that. And I almost got dragged deep down into that, just trying to survive. And so basically my mind has been on one thing and one thing only, is making it to the next day. Mm-hmm. And so when I got into my car accidents in 2022, it essentially set me back into one of the worst times in my life. And it was basically about survival. And had it not been for my dad providing me with that money, who knows where I would be now.
Did you go to him for the money, or did he just
He kind of helped me. He's like, here's some money, I'm going to keep you afloat while you figure it out. And eventually things did start to look back up for me. I was able to, find another job because I went without a job, didn't have a car, nothing. So I did get another really good job. I was able to save up just enough money to get that car, and I was able to put myself back up in a decent position. And so now I've been essentially climbing myself back out of that hole.
Sure.
And now it is 2024, and I have still struggled with severe depression because I've had more low times in my life.
Are you on any medication?
No. I've tried several medications. Unfortunately, most medications, because of my bipolar disorder, have made me more of those feelings.
Sure.
Yes. So I have been working on finding the right medication to put myself on.
Okay. And wow. So your dad's helping you. It's been helping a lot. Mm-hmm. Do you owe any of it back?
No.
Is it more gift-wise?
It's more gift-wise. And I'm at this point in my life, I don't...
Are your parents still together?
No. My parents divorced when I was a sophomore in high school.
Okay. So he knows what's going on, but she doesn't?
No, I don't talk to my mother. I have no relationship with my mother. My mother is she struggles with addiction, and she's tried to ruin my life a couple times outside of following me down here. So
followed you down here?
Yes, because she sold her house, followed me down to Houston, and essentially forced me to move into this situation with my soon-to-be ex-husband.
Okay.
Yeah, like sold her house in Missouri, followed me down here, and essentially forced me into this lease with this man.
Okay, well, don't get me wrong. I mean, I know I've dug into you a lot, and honestly, a lot of it is deserved. We've made lots of choices, and we're making lots of choices, and, I've definitely heard lots of excuses and stuff, but don't get me wrong. You've come from a hard place, and let's celebrate and be happy that you've come out of that, as you called, like, deep, dark world of the Houston area, of this work. I'm happy you got out of that. I'm happy you're in a safer place now. I'm happy that you're able to make your needs for survival.
Yes.
I'm happy that you were able to get away from what sounds like a bad situation with your mom. I'm happy you still have a good situation with your dad. From here, on the personal responsibility side, you have come too far to just allow this to drag you back down.
Yeah.
You are a human being on this planet. You matter. You matter. And you do need to start putting in some basic responsibility on top of what you've done. Because you've gone so far, it shows that you have some discipline and work ethic to get somewhere. Now we just need to start retraining some gears and, putting our sights on, kind of the future of your financial situation. Because a lot of life is determined by finances. They say there's a certain number, and I don't know what that number is off the top of my head, that, you've reached peak financial happiness, and no matter what you make from there, it doesn't add to happiness. But below that number, absolutely finances contribute to happiness. Because guess what? That therapist thing, finding therapists, certain medication stuff, that does cost money, as we've acknowledged and as we've gone through. You have less debt. You make more money. The more access to that stuff you have in our system. And again, there are affordable options in your income situation. I think the exchanges are something I would take a look at, and local resources. So you can get access to and live a better life if you're willing to take some sacrifices, willing to cut back on the bullshit spending that you're doing, willing to be disciplined on a budget and start paying down this debt. You haven't paid your highest interest debt ever. You've never made a payment. The student loans, you're getting garnished. The car's absolutely insane. And the insurance thing, I highly doubt is what you thought it was. You owe money to Cash App and then things in collections. Honestly, for now, let's just forget the things in collections. Honestly, let's start focusing in. So let's create a budget. And the interest rate on the student loans is also probably pretty low.
I am not exactly sure because I have no access to it right now.
That's probably low.
Yes.
Okay. Total that comes in on a monthly basis, we determined after everything was, including cash, which you're now going to start depositing into your checking account because we're going to budget, track every dollar. I think it was like $2,600 to $700.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Say $2,650. Okay. Your minimum monthly debt payments, including the student loans, likely at $30. It's not minimum to Cash App, right? You just owe the $216.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So debt payments $736 a month. What's your rent?
$720.
And do you have renter's insurance?
No.
Okay. Legally, you don't have to. I recommend it though. It's pretty cheap. Let me put it in your budget. $10. Utilities and internet.
They're included.
Everything's included.
Yeah, electricity, everything's included. In
phone
that.
Bill?
Phone bill is $90.
You financed your phone, didn't you?
Yeah, but it's already paid off.
Oh, then who do you have?
I have T-Mobile.
Verizon? T-Mobile?
Mm-hmm. I have their not their Max plan anymore. It's the Magenta Max. It used to be their Max plan, but now it's like 2 grades below.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Switch to Helium. It literally uses the same towers as T-Mobile.
Yeah, I've been
searching. And it's $20 a month.
Yes, I've been searching around. Yes.
That one. You found it. Gas. Vroom, vroom. Zoom, zoom. How much a month?
A month? I would probably say around $260. Yes.
Say the real number again?
$260.
Oh, okay. I heard $260. Okay, and that's a lot. Car insurance? Oh, you don't have car insurance.
I was
have you gotten quotes?
So if I get the same one that I had last time, we're looking at about $130.
That's come on. There's people on the show with like $400 a month car insurances. $130. Even with all the wrecks you've had,
yes.
Is it still going to be $130?
Yep. That's
so after all. It there.
Yes, that's after all the wrecks and after everything that's happened.
Medical. I'm going to do $150 for health insurance on the exchange.
And I also pay out. I have a insurance policy for dental and vision right now. It's $35 a month.
Okay. $35, and we're going to get $150 of health insurance, and we're going to do an extra $150 of co-pays. Might be higher, might be less. I don't know. Shop around, figure it out. That's going to be on you. There is a big part of this is on you to now go do the work. Go do the research. TP fund, anything else to survive. This includes makeup. This includes wants on things like makeup and clothes. $100 a month. Groceries, $300 a month. You can use the meal plan in our budgeting program, and you can adapt it to what you need.
So I don't even think I need it. So because I work at a bar, I mostly eat at work, and I spend like $4 a day at work on food. And I have like one. How many
days a week do you work?
5.
Okay, so $200 a month groceries.
I don't even buy groceries.
Yeah, well, you were eating out though.
Yes.
I'm giving you $200 a month. At least learn some of the skills around meal prepping. Subscriptions, nope. And you no longer have a pet, correct?
No.
Good. Okay. Cool. Anything else you have to take care of on a minimum monthly basis that we do not currently have in this starter budget?
I don't think so. I think that covers pretty much all of it.
Noah, do we have anything fun for the post show to cheer it up? Because we're gonna play a game in the post show.
College though, so we might be bad at this game.
It's true.
He went to college, but...
Yeah. We're gonna play a game. I mean, technically, you make your budget, dude, and this is with making the minimum monthly payments that you're not even paying. If you weren't spending on your bullshit, you actually have an extra $139 a month on average.
Wow.
Yeah. That's what discipline does. Well, yay, if you put in the work.
I do want to put it in the work, but my biggest concern is going back to school. That is my biggest concern.
Yeah, I want to do that, and we can still do that. It might not be... Well, yeah. Well, you work... we can still work 32 hours a week while doing school, right?
I could probably... I've done it before. I could work 40 hours and do 14 credit hours.
So if you can qualify to actually borrow in federal student loans $1,000, you can't.
Nope.
Okay.
They've rejected me.
Determined.
Yeah.
Oh.
So it's going to have to come out of pocket.
Listen, is Dad willing to pay for school?
No. Mm-mm.
Really?
Yeah.
Because that's like your...
I've milked that man dry. And this is another reason I have to...
I don't want you to use him. I just figure if there's actually anything to help you finally.
He said he would pay for books, and that's it. Not tuition or anything. Tuition has to come out of my pocket.
When do you want to go to school?
I want to start in the fall.
How many credit hours again are you taking a semester?
It'll be about 14 to 15 in order to complete in
What's
time.
the credit hour cost?
$83.
So $1,245. This is what I'm going to have you do. You're getting a second job until then?
I've been applying.
1 second. I'm going to tell you what to do.
Okay.
Apply every second of every day. Mm-hmm. You're going to get a second job or work more hours or both. You're going to pay off your Best Buy card. You're going to pay off your Cash App card. And you're going to pay an additional $1,000 to $2,000 on your car loan, bringing it to $11,000 or $12,000. You're going to do that by the beginning of the fall. No, here it is officially. Best Buy card, Cash App is paid off. And then you're bringing the car loan down to $11,000. You do that. When does the fall semester start?
I think the schedule says, I think it's August 16th, if I remember off the top of my head. August 16th or September 16th.
Yeah, so if you pay that $4,000 in debt by going and getting another job, because you go and just make an extra $1,500 a month, I'm reassessing. You're paying off Best Buy, you're paying off Cash App, and you're paying $1,000 off the car. You do that by the beginning of the semester, I'll pay for your first semester. Okay?
You got a deal.
Yeah. You do that, and I'll pay that $1,245.
Okay.
You need to show us proof. Best Buy card's gone, Cash App is gone, and you've brought the car down to $12,000.
$12,000.
Well, it's $1,000 less than where it is now.
Okay.
Oh, also, I need to see proof that you've logged into your student loan account and that you have the actual documentation on your car, because I want you to be knowledgeable on that. And if you don't get that, then you don't get it. But you do that, do it.
Okay.
Also go through the budgeting class. I'm throwing extra things. If I'm giving you money, I'm making you do stuff.
Okay.
Go through the budgeting class and show me that you did the quizzes.
Okay.
So that's what I think. Yeah?
Yeah.
So go get that other job. Sell things if you need to as well.
Mm-hmm.
Feel free. Trust me, I won't take that against you. Cool?
Yeah. Sounds very reasonable.
Okay. Let's get your Hammer Financial Score, then we'll have fun playing a game in the post show.
Perfect.
Okay. Spending in a Budget, well, you're overspending by $300, 0 to 10, obviously. Debt, you have collections, 0 to 10. Emergency fund, there's nothing, is there? 0 out of 10.
No.
Retirement, there's nothing, 0 out of 10. 0 out of 10. 0 out of 10. Make sure to check out all the resources linked in the description below, as they are what I use or would use in specific situations, including the best budgeting and investing programs in the history of the internet. Now stick around, we're going to do the financial audit post show. Link in the description below to join. Day on the financial audit post show.
I found this game on Amazon, and it's filled with little fun, silly activities.
Place 9 cups on the table as shown below. Player with the most cups wins. If
Okay, let's get up.
rules.
1 for Mr. Hammer.
Does it just strike you?
Oh, yeah.
People would just tune in just to watch you just yap, essentially.
I can yap sometimes. To watch the financial audit post show, click the join button below.